Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Josh Tracy from the Caviar Group. Today is the 28th of April, 2024, Sunday. We are doing a fundamental breakdown, looking ahead to the upcoming week, looking for potential opportunities or spikes in volume to look out for as we're doing our technical analysis. So, as most of you traders know, trading breaks down to two major components when it comes to analysis. The first is fundamentals, which is basically news based, which is what we're going over today. And the second piece is technicals, which is basically breaking down charts, looking at things like moving averages, things of that nature, in order to make exact charting decisions in terms of where to get in, sometimes on that fundamental news, or sometimes strictly on just chart analysis alone, based on what we believe to be good entries and exits. But what we're going over today is something I do personally every week, really looking at the upcoming news ahead, looking for potential increases and spikes that could impact my trades at the time. I do trade US30 and NAS, which do tend to be pretty aggressive. So knowing that big news is coming in at particular times is pretty important. So what I will do is actually make some side notes to check and review um, for that day, just quickly to glance at um, and just be aware of. So if I'm looking to take a position, I know that, oh, this is big news coming in. I probably should wait on this, wait for it to hit a certain level, or wait for that news to react. Or if it's a big news piece in general and I don't like where it's sitting, I'll sit out that position altogether. But either way, it takes deciphering specific pieces of news, and specifically red folder pieces of news, and getting into that, what might be of bigger impact, especially USD red folder news, which is what I always look out for, or days where there's big holidays, um, that there might not be any volatility, where the market's not going to move, and maybe I just want to sit that all together, or just stay in a position, not do anything. So that is important. So, all right, let's get into it. We are looking for an eye on US30, Dow Jones, and NAS100 indexes based on my previous experience, but this is my fundamental breakdown for the week ahead. Looking for high impact news, or just being aware that there's no news altogether, and to just trust my fundamentals, or excuse me, trust my technicals, because there's just a lack of fundamentals for that day. So let's get into it. All right, first things first, we got Monday the 29th. Looks like we're looking for USD red folder news here. We actually don't have any, so I'm just going to make a quick note here. No USD red folder news. Red folder news. Red folder news. And I'm going to copy that into my main chart where I have all of my analysis, just so I'm aware of that, so I can glance at that quickly. I'll take a look at this basically every day, kind of see where we're at, where I'm at, and basically make a decision on where we are in the chart to take action or to not take action. But this is basically all clear in my mind to just trust my technicals. And if I like a setup, go ahead and take it, because there's not going to be an incoming volume um, that's scheduled for that day. So Monday, good to go. Okay, let's take a look at Tuesday, the 30th, my birthday. Let's take a look for red folder news for USD in particular. So we have 830 employment cost index, as far as I'm aware, especially on NAS and US30. That is not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and write that in there anyway. Cost index, employment cost index is coming at 8:30 a.m. That's not a big deal or a huge jumper, but that is going to be a minor spike on that. 10 o'clock, we have CB consumer confidence. That also is more of a minor red folder news impact on that. So I want to mark that up. CB consumer confidence. So 8:30 and 10 o'clock, we have important, but not massive red folder news coming in for USD. So that looks like that is going to be it for Tuesday. So certainly a little bit more volatility expected than Monday. Monday we obviously have nothing. Tuesday we have two pieces, one at 8:30 and one at 10 o'clock. So that is of note. Okay, let's take a look at Wednesday, first day of May the 1st. Let's get into that. It's like we've got a bank holiday here. That's not going to impact USD too much. Okay, ADP non-farm employment change. Interesting. That is usually a precursor to upcoming non-farm payroll. It comes out Friday, so I'm expecting uh, non-farm payroll to come out Friday. Those of you that don't know what non-farm payroll is, and you've never traded that before, you're in for a surprise. And those that do know what that is, it's usually first Friday of every month. It's usually massive volume that comes in first Friday of every month. Sometimes it changes based on how the month falls and how it sets up. But this is more of a um, red folder news that there's more red folder news coming on Friday for me. So this is going to be considered mild, kind of in between minor to medium red folder news as far as I'm concerned. So, but that is noteworthy. So we do have, looks like a lot more pieces of news coming in. 9:45 manufacturing PMI, 10 o'clock ISM manufacturing PMI, and 10 o'clock JOLTS jobs opening. So four pieces of news coming in these days. These are all kind of mid to minor pieces as well. All of these are kind of in the same vein as far as I'm concerned. Um, the quantity of news coming out this day is of concern. So obviously, lots and lots of news. If you've got a tight stop, for instance, you're looking to take, this might be an interesting day to watch out for that. Because those are likely to get hit or lit if your stop is too tight on those. But four pieces of red folder news, albeit um, not massively impacting individually. Four pieces of news by themselves is pretty strong. So lots of volatility. So basically, as the week's progressing, we can see there's literally nothing on Monday. Trust your entries. Tuesday we start to ramp it up. Got two pieces of news, and then Wednesday we have four. So we're scaling up literally 0 to 4. So lots of volatility coming Wednesday. Definitely want to keep um, an eye on Wednesday for those entries because it's gonna get choppy that day for sure, especially throughout the day. This is all spread out 8:15, 9:45. This can be after the market open, so really there's almost like five in there. 8:15, market open at 9:30, 9:45 piece of news, and 10 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock again. So um, choppy day coming Wednesday, more than likely. I really want to trust those entries. All right, let's look at Thursday the 2nd. Thursday the 2nd coming in, we've got 8:30 unemployment claims. That's, again, not a major one for me. In general, that's prior to the market open, but still, any USD red folder news is of note because you could see some spikes here and there. So that's not a big day. Certainly a little bit calmer, much more in comparison to Wednesday. So dying down a little bit. And then, of course, like we mentioned before, Friday, most likely, this is a precursor to, oh, okay, let's go back. I actually just overlooked this. So Wednesday, um, this is a massive piece of news coming in. So I'm actually going to just double check that. So Wednesday the 1st, we actually have federal funds rate, FOMC statement, FOMC press conference. These are massive pieces of red folder news. Um, these are going to move the market really, really strong in terms of Wednesday. So that changes the game big time for Wednesday. So federal funds rate, FOMC statement, these are going to move the market a lot. Typically what you'll see is if you're expecting a big move, price will consolidate really in the afternoon going into like a Thursday, and then it'll really start slow up coming into about 1:32, or you'll see it start to make a slight move, and then it'll explode up or explode down coming after 2 o'clock. And you'll actually see some residuals of that trolling into Thursday. So This is definitely something we want to pay attention to right here. Wednesday is definitely a day we may want to stay out of the market, especially if you're having a tight position. This is a lot of news. We mentioned forward was going to be a lot. Now attacking back onto these position of federal funds rate and FOMC statement and press conference. These are major pieces of red folder news. Not every red folder piece of news is the same. These are going to be big pieces of news in that totals the tally the red folder pieces of news from what we initially thought was 4 on up to 7, and including major impact with these. So you really want to be on your toes here with these pieces of news coming in. Um, I'm going to expect consolidation in the afternoon, definitely from about 11 to 2, like I mentioned before. Um, but if you're expecting a move to happen and volume to kick in, you can pretty much bank on that happening one way or the other between 2 and 2:30 certainly. You'll get a nice move there at 2 o'clock, um, but you'll definitely get one at 2:30 as well going into the end of the day. Um, I don't typically like trading those days when I'm trading NAS, just because positions will get jacked up, and if I am going to get in, I'm scalping that and I'm getting out. So I have moved more towards trading US30, especially recently. I like the way it moves. In my opinion, it's more readable. The levels are better. That's just my personal opinion. But I did trade NAS for over 2 years, tracked these pieces of news very closely, especially as relates to NAS. And I'm very aware of which one of these news pieces is high impact. Certainly FOMC, federal funds rate, statement and press conference here. These are going to be market movers for sure. Just like we mentioned, hey, heads up, Friday non-farm payroll could be a big one. This is going to be a big day too. So Wednesday and Friday definitely going to be massive days. So let's get Friday again. Average early earnings, non-farm employment change. That's actually non-farm payroll, as many traders know that as non-farm employment change, non-farm payroll. Those are interchangeable, same thing. Unemployment rate really is just kind of a doubling up here in terms of impact. Average hourly earnings, that's more minor with that, but this is the big one right here. This is going to move the market here at 8:30. You're going to see a large spike um, at that time, so definitely want to make a note of that. So lots and lots of news coming in for this week. Um, you can expect some serious volatility coming in towards the middle of the week and the end of the week here. So this is one of the reasons that why we're doing this. If you're wondering why is the market spiking up, or spiking down all of a sudden? I was expecting this to happen. Blah 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 blah. Well, did you check the news? You can literally check this at the beginning of the week, do a video similar to this, mark it up, and then go about your business, and then just check it every day. But you could also mark this on your chart as well and say, hey, I know this news is coming in at this time. I either want to keep the position, hold it, wait. Um, but if nothing else, you definitely need and want to be aware that this is coming into play. This will impact your stops. It will impact your targets. It will impact your position. Um, you want to be factoring these into where you're making better decisions based on knowing that high impact news is coming in. Monday, don't have to worry about it. Anything. Tuesday, be a little aware of it. Thursday, be a little aware of it. But on Wednesday and Friday, you definitely want to know that these big pieces of information are coming in. You can expect consolidation for sure, no matter what, in the afternoon, 11 to 2, an explosion after 2, and you can expect an early explosion in the market, up or down, um, here at 8:30 for sure. So factor that in your technical analysis for sure. This is something I do every week for these reasons. I want to know if I'm trading these days and while I'm trading these days that this news is coming in and going to be providing massive impact to what I'm doing and what's going on. But hopefully this is of value to somebody else. I typically do this for myself. I don't necessarily do these videos and release them. But This is a markup I do typically every Sunday, usually at night, just to make sure there's no additional pieces of news that get added. And it's usually good to go for the entire week. We'll typically glance at this calendar again just to double check at the beginning of every single trading day. But usually this markup should be about right. Other than Fed chairman speaks or someone speaking, these are going to remain on the chart and pretty solid. Really, you see many changes happen to these, and these are scheduled for this reason, both for traders, for investors, for the associations that are involved with these. They need to know what's going on, and it's important as it relates to the banking system in general. So that is the fundamental markup for today, Sunday, the 28th, 2024. And good luck to you guys this week on the charts.